So now we have defined the units as well as the limits in our drawing. We will save these settings as a template. But before saving the settings as a template, we'll change some of the parameters on the status bar of our drawing, because these parameters are really very useful, and we'll learn about these tools and these status bar toggles in the upcoming modules. For now, we'll simply keep a simple kind of setting that can be used in the upcoming lessons. So make sure that this grid display is off, although you can keep it on. If you keep it on, it will show this grid, but if it is visible, just keep it off. Also, this snap mode should be off, so that's very important option. This should be off, and when it is off, it will show like this gray icon. So all of these icons will show like these gray icons. So if it is off, it will show like this gray. Now this grid, snap, both should be off. Also make sure that this dynamic input is off. So in your case, you may not be able to see this kind of tool, the dynamic input tool, and if it is not visible on your status bar, then go to the customization on the far right and select dynamic input. So keep this option checked. So right now we have a lot of different options here, and only the options which are checked will show up on the status bar. So make sure dynamic input is checked, and once it is checked, it will show up here on the status bar, but now unchecked from the status bar. If it is checked, it will show like this blue icon. Just make sure it is unchecked. Also, we have the ortho as well as the polar tracking. So make sure this polar tracking is on, not this ortho. So right now all of these options should be off except this polar tracking. Only this should be on. Also make sure that this object snap should be on and object snap tracking should be on. So we are keeping only three options: polar, object snap tracking, object snap. So these three options should be on. Rest of the options can be kept off. So you can just deactivate all the remaining options, but make sure only these three options are on, because these are the settings that we will use for the remaining drawings. Now, since we have already set our limits and units, we'll save that as well as this status bar setting as a template. Now to save it as a template, go to this application button and select save as. Now drawing template. Now this will open the default template folder, which is located deep within the installation directory. You can see that it is deep within that C drive and the installation directory, but you can save it at your desired location. So in this case, I'll save it on the desktop. So I'll go to desktop and I'll give it a name, sample template in this case, and look at this, we are saving this as a DWT file, not as a DWG file. So the template has this DWT extension. Now click on save and it will prompt you for the description. If you want to add that, go ahead, do that, else click on OK. Now that template is saved on the desktop. If you want to open a new drawing with the template which you just created, you can go to this new icon and it will open this template folder. Then click on desktop, locate the template, click on open, and once again it will open your drawing with all those default settings on the status bar as well as in the background like units and limits.